Let's begin our journey with the basic definition of a circle. Imagine a flat surface and pick a point on it. Now, if you mark all the points that are exactly the same distance from this chosen point, you get a circle. This special point is called the center, and the constant distance from the center to any point on the circle is known as the radius. Circles are everywhere in our daily lives, from wheels to clocks, and understanding their properties is essential for exploring more advanced geometric concepts. Center of a circle is the fixed point from which every point on the circle is equidistant. The radius is this constant distance. If you draw a line from the center to any point on the circle, that's the radius. This simple relationship forms the foundation for all other properties of circles. Whether you're measuring the size of a pizza or the orbit of a planet, the concept of the center and radius remains the same. Diameter is a special line segment in a circle. It connects 2 points on the circle and passes through the center. The diameter is always twice as long as the radius, so if you know the radius, just double it to get the diameter. This property is useful in calculations and helps in dividing the circle into 2 equal halves, which we'll see later when discussing semicircles. Now let's talk about the space inside and outside a circle. Any point whose distance from the center is less than the radius lies inside the circle, forming the interior. If the distance is greater than the radius, the point is outside in the exterior. This distinction helps us understand regions related to circles, such as the circular region, which includes both the interior and the circumference. In the given diagram, point A lies on the circle, point B lies in the interior of the circle, and point C lies in the exterior of the circle. Chord is a line segment joining any 2 points on the circle. There are infinitely many chords in a circle, but the longest one is always the diameter. An arc, on the other hand, is a part of the circle's circumference between 2 points. Arcs can be minor or major depending on their length compared to a semicircle. These elements are key in understanding segments and sectors of a circle. The circumference is the total length around the circle, essentially the perimeter of the circle. If you cut the circle along its diameter, you get 2 equal parts, each called a semicircle. The concept of circumference is crucial in measuring round objects, and semicircles often appear in practical problems and designs. Arcs can be classified as minor or major. A minor arc is shorter than a semicircle, while a major arc is longer. This distinction is important when calculating angles and areas related to different parts of the circle. Understanding arcs helps in solving problems involving sectors and segments. When you connect the ends of an arc to the center of the circle, the angle formed is called the angle subtended by the arc at the center. This angle is key in many theorems and calculations, especially when dealing with sectors and segments. The measurement is usually in degrees, and it helps determine the size of the arc and related regions. Sector is the region enclosed by an arc and the 2 radii connecting the arc's endpoints to the center. Think of it as a slice of the circle. A segment, on the other hand, is the region between a chord and the corresponding arc. Segments are divided into minor and major depending on the arc they contain. These concepts are widely used in geometry and real-world applications. Secant is a line that cuts the circle at 2 points, while a tangent touches the circle at exactly 1 point. The point where the tangent meets the circle is called the point of contact. Tangents have unique properties, such as being perpendicular to the radius at the point of contact. These lines play a crucial role in advanced geometric theorems. When 2 circles have exactly 1 point in common, they are said to be touching circles. The common point is the point of contact, and the line joining their centers is called the line of centers. Circles can touch each other internally or externally, and the line touching both is called a common tangent. Common tangents can be direct or transverse. If both circles lie on the same side of the tangent, it's a direct common tangent. If they lie on opposite sides, it's a transverse common tangent. Only 2 of each type can be drawn between 2 circles, and both are equal in length. This property is useful in constructions and proofs. Concentric circles share the same center but have different radii. You can draw several circles with the same center, forming a family of concentric circles. Congruent circles, on the other hand, have the same radius regardless of their position. These concepts help in understanding patterns and relationships in geometry. Quadrilateral is cyclic if all its vertices lie on the circumference of a circle. The opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are always supplementary, meaning their sum is 180 degrees. This property is widely used in geometric proofs and constructions involving circles and polygons. We've covered the essential concepts and theorems related to circles, from basic definitions to advanced properties involving chords, tangents, and angles. These principles are not just theoretical, they have practical applications in engineering, design, and everyday problem solving. Mastering circles opens the door to deeper understanding of geometry and its real-world uses.